a little thirsty. Alright, how y'all doing today? So, I just got these tools in a while ago. I thought I would just kind of look at them and compare a few of them. I haven't done that in a while. I don't know if you can see this very well. It's kind of a crazy setup. I just had to clear off this fence a little bit. But I've said before, I needed another one that goes down to tenths of a thousandth of a 0 to 1 micrometer at work. I've been needing one. The one I've got over there is a Mitutoyo, which is my favorite micrometer. But it didn't have the tenths on it, and I forgot that I had one that was a steric that had that. But anyway, I went ahead and ordered this. I actually ordered it on Amazon yesterday, which was Saturday. And it came in today, Sunday. So, can't really be a deal like that. I might have ordered it Friday night, I don't remember. Anyway, it was sometime since on this weekend. So I'm going to look at it a minute. I like this particular type of micrometer from Mitutoyo. They make this set from 0 all the way to at least 4 inches. They make them in a box, but I have most of those sizes already and probably more than one. So I thought I like this kind that's just the friction thimble and not the kind like these that stick out and click. Those are okay, it's just a little more bulky, and I just prefer this style for what I do. It's what I like. So let me see if you can see this real good. I don't know if you can or not. Yeah, I think you can see it good enough for what we're doing here. That's a real crappy background picture there. My junky, messy shop, but it's just how it is. So, I haven't even really opened it. Well, you just saw me open it. That's the first time. I'm gonna have to get my glasses on to see. I noticed there's some certificates in here. This is Mitutoyo. Hopefully the one made in Japan and not some Chinese junk. Most companies are, well, I know it is a good one because this one is the part number on this one is 103-135. And so that series, they make them in all different sizes. They're really nice. I saw some on eBay. These are about $100 new. I saw them priced anywhere from $30 or $40 for really chipped up used ones on eBay and stuff. And then some people are selling them for $110. Somebody on eBay went like $60 for old used ones. I thought, I'd like to have a brand new one since they're only $100. They'll last forever, so what's it matter? And I don't really want to read all this, but in case we've never, I only learned how to do this not too long ago, probably in the last year, or if I knew it before, I forgot about it. The way you calibrate these, there's usually a little wrench that comes in the box. Now, I don't really, these should be calibrated already, but this little wrench like this, on most micrometers, a little hole right here so you can hook this wrench in. And when you make sure you know what you're doing, you can crank on this little part here that it lines up onto. So that's where the tenths come in, is right in here is where you line this up. If you don't know how to read these, there's plenty of other videos to learn that. Basically, you line it up to wherever it fits something, and then I like these because you can lock them in place. Find out which line is lining up, like that one's lining up pretty good, looks like. And that's how you read the tenths. I'm not going to go into all that, but anyway, I'll just show you the ones I have here at the house are, I've got 3 of them, and I got one at work that's a Mitutoyo that similar to this without the tenths indicator on it. So I don't know, I've got some Fireball 20 things I could measure just to see how all these compare. I think I bought this one from a guy on one of the machinist groups on Facebook. It's, I don't remember what you call these, but it's called the Digit. It has the little kind of odometer looking things in here. They're kind of cool, but it don't have temps on it. Actually, it does. I didn't even notice it had that, or I would probably took this to work. Anyway, you know, I'm crazy. I like to buy more tools all the time anyway. So this one's really old. There's no telling. I don't know how you find the date code on these, but this part number is 193-211. It says made in Japan. And of course, it has that deal on the end that you can turn, but it's not a clicker. It's just how you turn it. It has a friction thimble in it too, but yeah, I didn't notice it had the temps on it. See, I have two of them here, and I didn't think I had any. And it has a Mitutoyo decimal equivalent chart in here in the box with it. Anyway, these are kind of neat, and especially when you, like me, and you got to put these cheater glasses on just to see. These are a lot bigger numbers, and you can really see them. But let's compare to something. You know, these fireball tools are more for welder type shims, but let's just check one of them. I don't know. Here's a, I should have got a rag and wipe them off. This is 1/2 inch style or size. So just get me a rag here and just kind of wipe it a little bit. And let's just see. I'm not going to zoom you in just a hair. Let's see if I can. How's that looking? Something like that, maybe. I bet that's close enough for what we're going to do. So, and I don't remember what he guarantees these to be. I think within I don't remember really, maybe a few tenths or something like that. They're not supposed to be super critical, but I think they're ground, so they're probably pretty close. And there's magnets on the back, so we'll have to measure this right along the middle of it, I guess, for the thickness of it. So we'll have to just assume that they're consistent everywhere we touch them. So let's try this brand new one and see what it measures this to be. And then this is just an opinion of mine of what I like. You know, some people like Starrett, Mitutoyo, you know, Fowler, whatever you like. This is an old style of Starrett that I have quite a few of these old ones. This is the 436 style series. This is a 1 to 2, but to me, them are pretty ugly and they're pretty crude. I've got lots of them. They're pretty good. I'm not here to badmouth them. I just prefer Mitutoyo. These are some my dad had many years ago, and you calibrate them the same way by hooking that little wrench on there and twisting around on that. Let's just see where this one checks in at. So this one's should be right at 500 thousandths of an inch. So that magnet's kind of fooling with me a little bit. I'm just going to feel of the friction. Now, I also want to feel of how much drag we've got. And to me, that's a fairly tight drag on it. It's about like I like to feel. So I'm going to lock that down. Pull it off of there. To me, it feels a tenth or two tight, but it's probably awfully close. And that one is coming in at a 1/2 thou over, just by judging it on these marks. Now let's line up the tenths and see what it's really on. It should be somewhere close to the 5. And it's really about 7. So that's going 7/10 over 1/2 inch is what that's measuring out to be. So let's try it one more time just to be sure we get the same number twice here. All right. I'm going to lock lock it down. I'm gonna leave it attached here just so we, and yep, I'm getting 7/10 over, so that's a 1/2 inch. If you was to write that out, it's gonna be 0.5007. 500 thousandths and 7/10 is what I'm measuring this to be. And I don't remember what his thought. These are for welders, you know, again, and I like to use them for machining or welding or stacking up, just whatever. But it is approximately 1/2 inch, within 1,000th of being a 1/2 inch. According to this brand new micrometer, Mitutoyo. So, and I've got better ways of measuring that somewhere. I don't have any actual standards with me. I wish that would have come with a standard in here, but it didn't. At work we have some. I can check them again. So before I use them at work, I build parts at work sometimes that have to be, you know, within 0.8 of a thousandth or less. You know, we're trying to hit real critical numbers. Here's this old one here that I bought from that young guy on the, I think on one of the machinist groups. I haven't talked to him in a while. He's that young guy that used to make videos, and I forgot his name. It's been a while. I don't know if he's still making videos. Anyway, I think he won one of Keith Finner's toolbox deals one time or something. Is where I met him or saw him on YouTube. Let's just see how all these compare. And now I'm getting up in these magnets, probably picking up grit. Alright, that one is according to the thimble. Let's see what it feels like. I think I've got a little bit of grit into that. Let's try that again. Let me wipe that a little bit. A little bit of a rag in here. Let's try this again. I know I'm wasting time watching. You probably don't want to watch something this boring, but if you're thinking about buying a micrometer, I'm just showing you the one I like the best. Is that Mitutoyo that I just showed. All of these are pretty good. This is Mitutoyo. This is still a good one. So you can lock this one down right there. See, that one feels a little snug to me, so it's plenty tight. So I'm measuring real close to the same thing on that one too. Let's see. Yep, it's right at 7/10 over 500 thousandths. I don't know if you care to see what I'm looking at here, but let me show you. See on the numbers here, it's showing 500. If you roll around here, you look at the one that's the closest lined up mark here, which is going to be that 7. So we're at 0.500 with a 7. Okay, we can do it again if you want. See what we're measuring that to be again. I'm just going with that thimble, and then I'm feeling how snug it is. It feels pretty good. And we're still lined up on that 7, see? So both of those agree, so I feel pretty confident that that's what this is. It's 7/10 over 500 thousandths of an inch. So for you metric heads, if you want, we'll do the calculation for that. It's going to be 12 point something. So if you go 0.500 and 7/10, I think you'd say times 25.4. Let's see if that's right. Yeah, that'd be 12.718 millimeters. Okay. But we're not talking millimeters here. These are inch micrometers, so we're going to stick to talking about inches here. But it's easy to convert one number to the other. That's not a problem. Now here's a sterret that I bought, I believe on eBay. It's in pretty nice shape. This one's called a number 230. I really like it too. I forgot I had it, or I probably wouldn't have ordered that one. But these have the way of tightening them here that I don't like as well as the little flip knob like the others have, the Mitutoyo. But well, I like to start out with fairly clean hands and just at least wipe the tips off. That has carbide tips on it, like the other. All right, so let's tighten up on this one with the same type of thimble, friction thimble here. See? And again, I'll tighten that up. And on the feel, feels just the same way the others did. Pretty firm, but to me it's a little beyond a slight drag, but that's what the thimble's feeling on all of them, so I guess that's pretty close. Now this one is showing the same thing, 7/10 over 500. So all three of these are measuring exactly the same number within a tenth of a thousandth. That's plenty accurate for what these tools are designed for. Ooh, well, they ain't focusing. See that? See that 230? That's the part number of the sterret. And they're pretty neat too. They have all the decimal equivalents written on here and stuff like that. That's pretty neat. I like this one. But here's where you tighten this one up, see? Instead of the flip, you just snug that one up, I know. And it feels pretty firm. It may just be the material, the way it's ground, that makes it feel firm, but anyway, you see that it's at 500 plus a little bit, which looks like somewhere around a half, so look around here. And it's lined up on the 7/10 mark, same way as the other two. So I feel pretty confident, without any doubt, this particular half inch, and there's others in here that comes with 4 of them. Just for the fun of it, we could measure another one and see if all of these are the same dimensions, in case you like the fireball tools. I love fireball tools. I've got stuff like this, clamp. Go on fireballtool.com website and look at his stuff. He's got some really cool stuff. All of it's pretty decent quality, but pretty reasonably priced, you know. It's not like top notch quality like you're paying out the butt for. It's just good, reasonable quality and very handy things to have. So yeah, you can spend your paychecks over there at Fireball Tool. He's always coming up with things to buy. So let's measure another one here just to see if all of his half-inch shims are measuring exactly the same or not. I think it's the finish on these. It feels like a pretty tight drag to me, but I think it's just the finish. See, this one's even thicker. This one's actually at it's over 9/10 over. So yeah, they're varying a little bit, and I think he says on his website that they're plus or minus 1,000th or something like that. I'd have to go look at his website, but yeah, that one's about 9/10 over half inch. So how that wrench is in there. You can measure it with the brand new one just to be sure. I think it's going to read the same. But let's look at it for the fun of it here. I like measuring stuff. I do it all day at work, so I don't know why I would like it, but I like being right on the money when I machine something. When my cousin at work, he always said, "Well, did you make any perfect parts today?" I said, "Yeah, I did. I like making perfect parts." He likes to stay in the tolerance on parts. I like to be right on the money if I can. You know, on CNC machines, it's pretty easy to be on the money. Most of the time, because you can tweak around with the numbers. If you're making, 15 or 20 parts or whatever, you can usually get some of them right on. Yeah, this one here is, yeah, I'm getting 9/10 over on that one. So that's kind of cool to just see what the tolerance is. That's not what I even thought about doing when I started this video. I was just wanting to kind of compare 3 mics and see if they were all reading the same as that brand new one, and they are. You could, I don't even know which one I checked the first time, but probably wasn't this one. So we've got 7/10 over 500 and 9/10. Now let's see what this one measures. And then I'll leave you alone. Let you go back taking a nap or something. Hopefully not a dirt nap. Don't do that. Okay. Yeah. This one's 6/10 over 500. So we got 6, 7, and 9. So, you know, they're varying 3/10 of a thousandth. That's not much when you're using it just to stack up. You know, to weld something together is what they're really designed for. Something in my throat. All right, anyway, that's enough of that. But if you care anything about my opinion, I like these Mitutoyo. I've told you before, I've made videos on this before, something kind of like this. And I like these. I like the Mitutoyo digital. You know, I think I've said before, I really prefer dial calipers, but because I'm 51 years old and my eyes aren't good anymore as they used to be, then see how big those numbers are there? That's why I like digital. I can see them even without my glasses on. I can see that's, you know, 0.269 or whatever. And I have a couple different kinds of SHARs. They're pretty decent. I would prefer to have a nice set of Mitutoyo digital calipers. I've got probably 6 or 8 pair of different. In fact, let me grab some. I'll show you ones that I don't like. Because this will test your eyeballs for sure. And these were some cheap ones that I got one time. And if you're looking for cheap tools, sometimes if you're a home hobbyist like me, or, you know, I do this for a living at work, so this, I kind of like good tools. But this is eye gauging. Sometimes you can find some halfway decent stuff. Anytime tools, a lot of times some of their stuff's fairly decent. This is stainless. It says right on it, stainless hardened. They're not real bad. And I could measure this, but I don't know if I could see this. This is what I was going to show you. These are such tiny, tiny numbers. Can't see them, but anytime you're using calipers, the best thing to do is open them and wipe the dust off of them or something, and then make sure they're on 0. These are real close to 0. Close enough. I'm not expecting to get a good accurate number here. Especially pinching across something kind of wide like that. That's, you know, and I'm seeing 1/2 inch, you know. But the thousandths on this, see these increments in here are 1, 2, 3, 4 between 16ths, so I guess those are 30 seconds. I guess it's 64 something. Anyway, look how tiny these thousandths numbers are in here. See, in the green part is the thousandths, and out here is, well, there's a 16th, so let's see, that would be, I guess, a 64th, 32nd, 3 30-seconds, and then a 16th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're 30 seconds of an inch is what them are. My gosh, you can't see that, can you? See that? These tiny little numbers on the green is the thousandths, and so that is so hard to see. But if you're just around the shop and you want to just grab something and go, you know, is that a 1/2 inch? And you're looking just for nominal size, yeah, you can see that's a 1/2 inch, right? I don't like, because I'm usually trying to get within a thousandth or something. Oh, I just wiggled you, didn't I? On these, these I don't like because you have to turn them on every time, but the other ones I have at work, they come on when you open them. But the same way, you know, I'll wipe them off, see if they're on 0, pinch it, and that's how calipers are not very accurate. See, that's showing 504 and a half. We just measured it with 3 different mics, and they were 507 So that's how much you're pinching across something that's that wide, so you're gonna get a lot more variance than you do by pinching on that little small anvil that's 1/4 of an inch area instead of pinching all the way across something. So, you know, that's 4 or 5 thousandths oversized according to these calipers. I wouldn't trust calipers for that kind of measuring. I see people trust calipers all the time, a lot more than I think they should. In fact, there's one guy at work that he goes, and he machines the stuff all the time. I mean, I think he's only been actually machining for, I don't know, 3 years or so in that, what he's doing right now anyway. He goes, I don't even know how to read micrometers. If it can't be measured with calipers, I ain't gonna do it. Sometimes I'll go over and measure it for him with the mic, because some of his tolerances are, depending on what side of the tolerance is, you know, you may have to grab a micrometer. So anyway, I'm not big on keeping all these books. I think they just kind of tell you how to calibrate and all that. I may keep them here with some of this other stuff, but at work I like to just be able to open my box up and go with it. This certification sheet that came with those, I think it says that they're guaranteed, the anvil and the spindle are guaranteed to be flat and everything within 24 millionths of an inch. Looks like what it says, and parallelism, however you say it, faces, measuring faces are guaranteed 80, permissible value is 80 millionths of an inch. It says measured value is 0, so same way up here, they checked out to be 0, I guess. Within about 6 digits, which is, I guess, millionths, so they're pretty dang flat. And the graduations is a 10th, you know, it just tells you all this stuff in here, so that's just, anyway, in my opinion, that's the best quality of your normal brands of tools, like Mitutoyo, Starrett, Brown Sharp, whatever. My pick is always Mitutoyo. I just like them. Just my preference. Kind of like trucks. I like Ford trucks. You might like Chevrolet or hopefully not Dodge or Toyota. Make me want to throw up, but if that's what you like, that's what you like, right? Alrighty, thanks for watching this little short playing around video. See you next time.